Please help me to reach 1,000 subscribers. If stories filled with heartbreak, secrets, and messy human choices are your kind of thing, go ahead and stick around, because this one is a storm. Let me take you back to where it started. I never went looking for trouble. I wasn't searching for someone new. I wasn't planning to destroy my marriage. But life has a way of unfolding in the most unexpected and uncomfortable ways. Because somehow I ended up married to the man I once cheated with. And every morning when I open my eyes and see him sleeping beside me, this tight, twisting ache settles in my stomach. An ache that never leaves. Before everything fell apart, there was Ethan, my husband of 6 years. Our life wasn't perfect, but it was dependable, familiar, warm in a soft, quiet way. We had our little routines, a shared mortgage, 2 cats who always slept at the foot of our bed, and Saturday mornings filled with pancakes and coffee while music played in the background. We were steady. Maybe too steady. And somewhere in that steadiness, cracks started to form. Year 5 changed him. A promotion stole his time, his focus, and eventually his presence. He was physically home but mentally miles away, buried in emails, deadlines, and travel schedules. I tried to pull us back together. I made his favorite dinners, tried starting deeper conversations, planned trips just for us. But it felt like talking to someone underwater. Everything I said came out muffled and unheard. I felt myself disappearing, becoming the wallpaper of my own marriage. Then came Jason. I met him at a friend's birthday dinner. He wasn't extraordinary at first glance, but the way he looked at me, really looked, stopped me in my tracks. When I spoke, he listened like every word mattered. He laughed at my jokes. He remembered the small things. I hadn't felt seen like that in years. It all began innocently enough. A few messages. Some harmless memes. A coffee here and there. I convinced myself it was nothing. Just attention I'd been missing. But I knew better. Deep inside, I recognized the hunger for connection I'd tried so hard to ignore. The first time he kissed me, I cried. Not out of guilt, but because it felt overwhelmingly right, and that scared me more than anything. I promised myself I'd stop it. I'd confess. I'd fix things. But that promise never lasted past the next message from him. I found myself sneaking around, deleting conversations, fabricating excuses, taking 2 showers just to erase any trace of him. The guilt came in waves, sharp and suffocating, but Jason's affection drowned it out every time. Ethan found out when he read a message I forgot to delete. He didn't yell. He didn't throw anything. He just asked in the calmest voice imaginable, "How long?" When I whispered 7 months, something in his face broke, but he didn't let me see it for long. He left for 3 days, came back with divorce papers, and didn't say a single cruel word. His silence hurt more than screaming ever could. Jason moved in less than a month later. At first, he was everything I thought I wanted, gentle, affirming, reassuring. He told me I was his future, that we were finally free to be together. A year later, he proposed on the beach, and we said our vows with only the ocean as our witness. The photographer kept insisting we looked like a picture-perfect couple. Maybe we did. But inside, something felt hollow, like I'd built my new life on sand. I kept telling myself the emptiness was just leftover guilt. That with time, I'd settle into this new beginning. But instead, the guilt morphed into something else. Doubt. Resentment. The haunting sense that I'd made a mistake I couldn't undo. Jason changed once the secrecy was gone. The charm faded, replaced by suspicion and possessiveness. He'd scroll through my phone when he thought I wasn't looking. He questioned every late arrival, every text tone. The same man who once made me feel cherished now made me feel watched. Controlled. And I wasn't perfect either. I grew defensive. Detached. I found myself comparing him to Ethan, gentle, trusting, steady Ethan. The man whose loyalty I shattered. The man who never deserved the pain I caused him. Some nights, I'd quietly check Ethan's social media, searching for signs of whether he'd moved on or if he still hated me, or worse, didn't think of me at all. One night, I saw a photo of him on a hiking trail, smiling beside a woman who looked genuinely happy. His caption read, "Grateful for new beginnings." That sentence hit me harder than anything Jason had ever said. In that moment, I finally understood. I didn't just betray Ethan. I betrayed the version of myself I believed I would always be, faithful, grounded, willing to fight for love instead of escaping from it. I mistook attention for affection. I confused passion with something lasting. I married the man I cheated with, and I regret it more than I can express. Now our home feels like 2 strangers sharing a kitchen. We eat together but barely speak. We sleep in the same bed, but the distance between us is bigger than any infidelity could create. Sometimes I catch a look on his face that tells me he might feel the same regret, but we're both too exhausted or too afraid to say it out loud. I chased a fantasy. I chose chaos over communication, thrill over truth. And none of it brought me the happiness I thought it would. People ask if I'd make the same choices again. Knowing what I know now, I wouldn't choose Ethan or Jason. I'd choose honesty. I'd choose counseling. I'd choose conversations that hurt but heal. I'd choose staying and fighting instead of running and ruining. Because no affair, no matter how intoxicating, can replace the quiet, steady comfort of being loved by someone who knows you, really knows you, and stays anyway. And I threw all of that away for a man who only ever loved the version of me that lied. And now I'm married to him. And I'm drowning in the consequences. Please help me to reach 1,000 subscribers.